was actually good film the second half. Some of the things that we were able to put together, especially the turnovers, really nice to see. Still made a few mistakes, but I think that's not as damaging as it was in the first half. And our guys were, they give a lot of credit to UMass. They were ready to play, and they did some things to us defensively that kind of put us a little bit on our heels. But after making the adjustments and having the guys come out in the second half, I thought it was a good game plan. We were able to put some points on the board. So really happy with the way the players played the game, and I think we got better as a team again this week, and looking to finish the season out the right way for the seniors this Saturday. So, questions?
Let's talk UMass for just a second. That throw that Tanner Mangum made to Garrett Juergens looked like it was rushed. That touchdown pass, just stuck right there. Garrett made a nice play. Just talk about them being able to connect and have that kind of success.
Yeah, well, I think they brought pressure. There's a free guy getting ready to hit Tanner, and he felt good with what he saw and threw the ball where Garrett was. I think it surprised Garrett a little bit, but not much you can do but catch it. So. You see that quite a bit now, where quarterbacks, whether it's a back shoulder throw or a quicker throw, and trying to catch the defender off coverage a little bit. And I thought it was a great play, especially handling I think he got hit in that play too. So handling the pressure, it's been good for Tanner to get those kind of reps and be able to, lead the offense a little bit in the fourth quarter. It was nice to see him get out there and continue what he did last week.
Looking at Utah State, the last few years, the games between BYU and Utah State have been pretty close, pretty intense. What's really contributed to that rivalry becoming more intense over the last few years?
Well, I think when Gary moved down there and became the head coach and focused a lot on in-state recruits and the culture that he built there, and then seeing Matt Wells continue it when Gary left. So I think having it be more competitive was the first thing, and our guys really respect what they're doing there, and look forward to having them in Bill Edwards Stadium. I said that last week, after our game. So, our approach would be the same that it has been for all season long, is to expect their best shot and just make sure that we are ready to deliver ours and see how the game goes.
What does it mean to be able to finish the season off with a game against an in-state rival like Utah State?
I think it'd be fun. Just like just to have the familiar faces, just like it was with Southern Utah and how we played with Utah. Just the knowing the guys and the fact that we're close and in proximity, and also close as far as there's a lot of guys that we know on that staff, and the players know each other. So that's I think the players will attest that that's the key, and we're just excited to play the game. We love playing the game of football, and the fact that it's against people that we know makes it even more special.
Is there a chance we're going to see Harvey at running back again, or is that a one and done deal?
We'll see. I think that looking at practice today, Jamal looked good, and he practiced, and Squally did too, and so we'll see. I don't want to say no, you won't see him at running back, and I don't want to tip them off either and say. I don't know. I think there's a part of the scheme where Harvey would fit perfectly in what we're trying to do, and obviously if we're able to get Jamal back and have him be 100% and where he's not hurting himself, he's our future back, and he's the guy he's a starter, so the offense will run through him at running back first, and then we'll kind of see what happens. Also, KJ's played really well the last couple of weeks, and I think he's earned a spot as well. So there's a lot of guys there that I think are looking at with what Ty's trying to work. I think there's a lot of guys that you can put at running back, and I don't know if his services will be needed as much this week as it was last week, but you never know.
Is there any place that Harvey couldn't play if you really needed him? Because he played.
Yeah, well, he could. He was a pretty good blocker too. He did great in pass pro, and he's a bigger body now. And I know he's listed at 250, but I think he's a little bit heavier than that. And, I don't know. He's an athletic kid, and he can do so many different things, and he's just got so much talent that we could put him in a lot of different places. I don't know if he's ever kicked, so maybe that would be the position.
Kalani, in these in-state games, when it comes to recruiting, do you think the outcome on the field actually has any sway with these kids' decisions because BYU and Utah State go after a lot of the same kids?
Maybe. I don't know. I think that probably for the most part, no. But when you're looking at the culture and the tradition, and you know, we have both established programs, and so I think there's more to it, the programs, than just one game and one outcome. And so I don't know, if you win, then maybe say yeah. So, but looking at the programs, I think there's enough respect for all the programs in the state where you don't need to rely on one victory to help your recruiting class.
Tactically, what does Utah State present? What have you seen from them?
Well, I mean, they played in a lot of close games and a lot of great athletes on the field, and I think they just had some bad luck on some games, and you know, for us, you can't really focus on how those games, what the result were of those games. You just got to focus on the great things that they've done. I think they have an opportunity or an ability as an offense to really hurt you in the air and also hurt you with the run game, and that makes it difficult. And defensively, they do a great job in pass defense, and they actually create pressure with getting on the quarterback, whether it's a 3-man, 4-man, or even the blitzes. And so they're well coached guys, and special teams, same thing. So you know, we're expecting a great team coming into our stadium, and look forward to playing that game.
It's going to be the last game for your seniors. Can you maybe just talk about this year's senior class and what they've meant?
Well, yeah, great group, and we've relied on them heavily, especially with my first year as a head coach, to be great leaders and help basically keep what the good things that they've already had established, and I lean heavily on those seniors to basically be my voice and what I want to see in the program, and from our coaching staff, and they've been ideal. They've just been perfect at everything that we've asked them to do, and I think they can be really proud of what they've done here as leaders. I think it'll show a lot in what we do next year, but looking forward to having that one more game at home with them. And I know I haven't had much time with them, but this year has been amazing, being able to connect with those seniors and connect with the team. From our coaching staff, I can speak for them when they say that this is a special team, and it's been a special unit, and the family atmosphere and the feeling that we have, the bonds that we have, will last a long time. So really grateful for that group, and just really want to give them a good game, and hopefully send them home with a victory, and having that memory as a senior. Being a former player myself, I remember my last game against New Mexico. You know, in Lavelle Edwards Stadium was the first game. I think they announced that in that game that it was going to be called Lavelle Edwards Stadium, and I just remember that moment. You know, so I think this is one of those things that these guys will remember for a long time.
Do you have any special plans to honor the seniors during the game? Anything?
Yeah, we'll do something in pregame and announce each one of them and bring them out, and have their families out there with them too. And so it'll be pregame stuff.
Do you think it'll be different? Do you anticipate it being different for you as the head coach as opposed to being the coordinator? You've been through it a lot as a coordinator and as a player. Do you think it'll be different as a head coach?
No, I don't think so. I mean, I think that the connections with the head coach and the players, it gets mentioned a lot, but there's a lot of great people involved in this program, and not just the coaches, but also the support staff, the administration. I know, Tom Homo and his group have a great connection and great bond with our players and our program. And so there's a lot of people that are attached to these players, and so it's just not about me as a head coach. It's about the whole group, and mostly it's about those seniors. And that's what the highlight's going to be on them, not about me as my first senior night as a head coach. Don't need to make more of it. So, yeah.
Specifically Taysom, we didn't know if he'd come back. He came back for another year.
Mm-hmm.
Looking back at this year with Taysom.
Oh yeah, he's had in my opinion, he's done a great job, and there's a lot of things that don't show up on the stat sheet as far as what he's done as a mentor to Tanner and to the team. We've asked him to actually become more of a vocal leader than he has been, and he's always done that since he's been here. But in a lot of the little things and involving the whole team and accepting the leadership roles that our seniors, that they provide, but also allowing the young guys to speak up a little bit more and feel like they have some ownership on the program. And that requires a lot of humility from the seniors, and that's what we have with him, with Taysom being the leader of it, and funneling down from our seniors all the way down to our freshmen, and whether you're a walk-on or a scholarship guy or a starter or a backup or a scout team, a player, everyone feels that they have a role in here and that the success is happening because of what they've done and them accepting their role and maximizing their responsibility.
How hard is it to watch some of the seniors, particularly, that have had to deal with some of these injuries? Jamal and Travis, of course, had a season come to an end, and you've seen how hard these guys have worked, and then for them to have to deal with this, it's part of the game. But just how hard is it, just as far as those guys go, and having been limited so much?
Well, just having them around still is huge for us, and I talk about the leadership. That it just doesn't end when you're not able to play. So the leadership that our guys, Travis specifically, his voice is heard and his impact is felt on the defensive line, and to see those young guys starting to emerge and play with a lot of confidence is because the leaders in that position group. Harvey being one of them, but even the guys that aren't playing, they have just as much to do and say as leaders for our team and our program.
What do you know about Utah State this year? Can you just break them down on something?
Yeah, I mentioned it before. They're a great team. They have a lot of great athletes. I think they have great team speed and they're physical up front. I know that the results weren't exactly what they wanted this season, and so this is everything that they're going to put everything into this game. And same thing with us. We're going to empty the tank in this game, and then recover and get ready for the bowl game. But I know for them that this is their senior game too. So we're expecting their best, and they have every bit of our attention and our respect. But when it gets down to it, we'll play the game, and the players will settle it on the field.
Big plans for Thanksgiving?
I'm gonna eat a lot. That's pretty much a given. So yeah, I'm gonna prep my stomach for the eating on Thursday by eating a lot today, tomorrow, and Wednesday. So when these guys get into those eating contests, right? They don't just take it on one day. So this is a Thanksgiving week for me. I plan on gaining a lot of weight, and hopefully next week when you see me, I'll be a lot thicker and heavier. So just for everyone that's trying to diet, that's what January is for. So just have fun at it, and then try to burn it off on Black Friday. So yeah, it's gonna be a great week and a lot of food. So you can look at me and tell that I'm excited about Thanksgiving. And I'm thankful for everything that we have.
You're telling the players no food on Thanksgiving? What about the players? What are they going to do?
No, they're going to eat. They're going to eat normal. It's not like they've all of a sudden have to be required to limit their food intake. These guys run all over the place, and they can eat as much as they want, and they have been eating as much as they want. It's not like they are given one day to just have freedom to eat whatever. Their metabolisms burn like crazy. So the difference is that we all got older and our metabolisms don't do what they do, but I eat like they eat. So I encourage everybody to do it. This is the new thing.
Did you interact at all with Kyle Whittingham or any of the Utah players after last week's game?
No, I didn't. I mean, I try to respect them and let them run their program. And obviously, I have a connection with a lot of those seniors. And so, I didn't get our games happened at the same time. So, yeah. I'm pretty sure they're back to business just like we are, but they know how to feel about them.
Any other questions?
All right, guys.
All
Happy
right, thank you.
Thanksgiving.